or to move a changed position. Anyway, so Fanta coming in here with some Mutalisks is going to run around and just try and attack, do some what damage he can, use the mobility, go back and forth, warping him some Stalkers on the back there. Sentries are very good against Mutalisks, so he's going to have to run from this large force basically. In the meantime, getting up an expansion over here, which is going to get spotted by SKS. Still this group of Zerglings hanging outside of SKS's base. Anyway, SKS does have Blink almost upgraded, so he's basically going for a kind of a massive Stalker army with Blink. I'm curious to see if he's going to try and get some vision and Blink up that route or something like that. And oh, look at this! Using that pylon to warp in some reinforcements over here to try and take out this hatchery, warping in sentries so that he's got something against both, well, actually against both Zerglings and the Mutalisks. And look at that! The Zerglings somehow managed to kill that excuse me, the Stalker that was inside those things. The hatchery finishes. He's going to work doing a lot of damage with just those two little sentries and just almost killing off that hatchery. Hatchery very, very low on life. And look at this. Uh-oh, couple extractors going up immediately. So Fanta is going to go for that third set of gas very, very quickly. Still just having that original... I guess he had 7 originally, so he's up to 9 Mutalisks. Not a large clump of Mutalisks at this point. He's probably going to switch up into something else with all these Stalkers and sentries around. The Mutalisks aren't going to be able to do quite as much. Overlord's just chilling in the abyss. Anyways, a decent force of Stalkers and Zealots now moving out here. Apparently just going to check on the watchtower. Never mind. Zelnaga Tower just chilling. Anyway... So it looks like, sorry, I almost called him that. I don't know for sure that these guys are Tester and Julyzerg, so I'm not going to say that. But it's what these two players are assumed to be at the very least. Anyway, just pretty much large army running around here in the middle of the map. He's warping in units back at his home base and then meeting them up with his army again, getting the upgrades going. And getting additional gateways as well. Here we see, sorry, big battle going on in the middle. I like the force field going up to protect against these Mutas attacks. Lots of Stalkers going on. And he's moving the force field guy to the back. Couple Stalkers blinking out to kind of separate those Mutalisks' forces, but not terribly effective. Exactly. I mean, he does have enough forces. The blink itself didn't really do a ton of damage, or didn't really accomplish a ton. Here come the Mutalisks back in, picking off one of these Stalkers as the rest of the force gets caught on this light post. Anyway, so Fanta holds off this attack that was kind of moving out. Both players kind of trading armies, just down to a few Stalkers left. And here comes some more to reinforce, but the Mutalisks are going to try and intercept. He does move a little bit underneath. I guess the purpose of the blink was to try and get some forces underneath the escape route, because he blinked them to where they could still attack the Mutalisks, and if they tried to run back to their base, they could get a few extra hits in. So actually, I guess that's probably what was going on there, and doing that same thing again. At this point, it's just macro city. Tons of Zerglings being put out here. Let's see if these Zerglings can get a good surround on these Stalkers. They're probably going to try and blink away. He's blinking the forward ones back to the back line to try and get them out of the way as they're hurt. Nicely done with the Guardian Shield as well. Is going to help against the Mutalisks. The Zealots in the front are also going to help against the Zerglings. So beautifully played by SKS. Nicely microed indeed, and just tons of Zerglings going down there. Not many surviving at all. Roaches are now in play, which is an excellent move. Roaches are going to be a much better match for attacking these gateway units going on here. Not enough of them, though. These spine crawlers in the back are trying to do some damage. Here come the Roaches coming in from behind. A few Zerglings there as well. He's trying to just put out whatever he can right here, but he's in great danger at the moment. He doesn't have very much energy left on the Sentry. The Sentry goes down anyways. Here comes the Roaches. They might be able to polish this up, but not before he picks off the Hatchery. Hatchery that was down to 300 hit points from before, and now the Stalkers are going to try and run over here, and they're going to, yep, blink to safety at the last second there. Wow, but picking off the Hatchery and getting up his own expansion here at the top left position of the map. So, SKS is in a really, really good position here, but look at the minimap. Tons of green units barreling down on the location there. He's going to have to blink his little head off to try and get away. Well, actually, that's the great thing about blink is you can use it for both. You can use it for escape and for chasing, for harassing. Lots of units coming in here. I don't know if he quite has enough, though. I'm not sure what Fanta is doing here. He doesn't quite have the forces. Never mind, some more Roaches coming in as well, so he is going to be able to do well. Stalkers frantically being warped in to join up with this. It is just a macro fest. Both these players just macroing back and forth, and that is just beautiful to see that. Blinking forward, picking off a couple more roaches, might as well. And he can just, you know, the blink is a relatively small cooldown, 10 seconds. So he can blink forward, and then if more reinforcements come in, he can still, you know, blink to fall back again as well. Anyway, let's see, where's the army tab? Both players about the same amount of army going on here, so no major advantage other than the fact that, well, Fanta has this base gone now. He's trying to get up another base a little bit closer. I'm not exactly sure. Well, I guess the purpose of having this base was that he could defend the ramp a little bit, and with the Metalisks he would be a little bit more mobile in that case, but he wasn't counting on blink. Well, I guess he didn't even blink up the ramp. Never mind. Anyway, just kind of taunting things here, just doing some little bit of assault. Mutalisks trying to do an assault in the back. Stalkers get warped in to try and fend this off. Almost gone minerals here, and just as I look over here, he's going to actually transfer those probes over to probably the other expansion. Yeah, exactly. There's the robotics facility. I've been looking for some robotics units around, but I haven't seen any. There's been no observers. A DT sneaking over here, checking to see if there's a base. He's going to pick off that drone. No base for you. And now this DT is going to head down to this southern base. I don't know if there's any overseers in the area for Fanta. There's one morphing. He must have known that DT was over there. Here comes the DT running in here. DT with 1 kill on it only. Roaches and Zerglings are going to come in and just surround it and just mob that DT so there's no way it can get out. But actually, he right-clicked on the hatchery instead. So, never mind. Anyway, so it was just surrounding the hatchery. Did a lot of damage. Look at that. Tons of damage going on. Stalkers giving chase to these mutas, having to kind of turn back. That was cool. We just caught at the last moment. He blinked to force over here to catch the mutas in their escape route. Stalkers have not yet found a way to blink into empty space, though, so not going to be able to catch these mutas over here. He does run a solid chunk of his forces up behind this expansion, so he can't lose more probes. But he is possibly going to lose probes over here. There are Immortals coming out to try and counter those roaches that have been built up by Fanta. He's got the Overseer now as well. And just massive amounts of Stalkers. The Stalkers are now +2 weapons and +1 armor upgraded. They've got the blink, obviously, as well. Tons of probes going on over here. It's actually, I guess it's about normal. A little bit more than is necessary. I guess it's like 16 or there's different numbers. I guess 16 is kind of the normal. Oh man, those mutas flying through the wrong place at the wrong time, getting absolutely slaughtered by these massive Stalkers. Now, what is Fanta going to do to try and stop these Stalkers? He's going Roach Ling is going to be very good against the Stalkers. So that's a good idea that he's switching more over. There's a observer finally. So he's good that he's switching over to this kind of tech and not just sticking with the mutas. He didn't make a ton of mutas, I guess, over the course of time. But anyway, here he comes in actually with a lot of Zerglings blinking back to a better position. DTs are in the mix. There's no Overseer to be found. These DTs are going to form an invisible wall, and as well as an invisible damage-doing wall. Roach is getting a nice concave on these Stalkers, but the Stalker's able to blink back and form an even better concave, and he's escaping the ones in front. You can see the ones with low hit points falling back to the back there, blinking away. The DT's just going to work on those Roaches. Absolute destruction of everything. And SKS has been ahead in every battle here. He's been just dominating this game. But Fanta is still not out of it yet. Uh-oh, 253 health on this hatchery. I must have missed another DT running in here and doing some more damage for a moment. Here comes the counterattack. DTs and Stalkers coming in for the kill. A little Overseer and a few Roaches here, but look at the army deficit now. Not very many Roaches being produced right now either. Here come the last few Roaches trying to protect this new hatchery coming in, and they are going to be able to fend off the Stalkers, but not the DTs. Where's the Overseer? There's the Overseer, but it's a little bit too late. The Roaches are all already dead, and Fanta leaves the game with a GG. Somehow he left the game before the GG, apparently, according to this. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the game. That was pretty cool to watch, and just some beautiful blink micro going on. That was really cool to see the blink used against every unit, basically. I mean, the blink totally owned the mutas, and he was able to fight a lot, the huge fight up in this corner here, by blinking away from the Roaches as well. But I think it just came down to those DTs, actually. He didn't have any detection, and the DTs just owned there was like 4 or 5 DTs in here. just destroyed massive amounts of roaches, and it was about an even army, I think, but GKS just played. I'm sorry, SKS played it a little bit better. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this game. Thanks very much for watching. GG, take care, and that's it.